board of directors, and maybe we can talk about initiatives, because we have a newsletter, ways that we can promote better for ASI's publicity. Or, I don't know, I just brought it up because I know that you had a concern on the discussion of the board of directors, and I wanted to expand it more because we were limited on time. If see no.
Well, okay, I guess that's what I need to say. Well, being called a witch hunt, that our meetings are witch hunts and other things like that, I don't feel are appropriate, and I feel like slandering ASI's name any further than it's already been done is definitely not something that we need at this point in time, especially this late in the quarter, this late in the term, and with everything going on with budgets and stuff like that. This is when the students need to have us be united and have support within ourselves before we can go out there and support them and be their voice and so on and so forth. That being said, obviously this is an open meeting. Whoever wants to record or say what they need to say can. That's fine. But I think that we should have some sort of something that, like, it's not, our meetings shouldn't be used against us. Like, what we're doing in our meetings is not negative. We're getting stuff done. So, I remember that the conversation had come up where you had done some research about us recording the audio. I don't remember necessarily a visual recording of meetings, and the audio, the only reason that came up was for clarity for meeting minutes, like the actual record, so that way it's a little easier on Rainey, so she can, you know, handle all this discussion and back and forth and so on and so forth, motions, this, that, and the other. The example I brought up at the Board of Directors was the UAS Board of Directors meeting, which Vice President Tony Ross chairs. And in that meeting, they have a tape recorder, it sits there, it handles everything. The secretary writes down who motions, who seconds, jots down some notes. I mean, it's pretty simple. And then she can go back, listen to it, and get more details later. The minutes, they're pretty thorough, but they're not super extensive, and then the tape is supplemental. It's simple. It makes the workload easier on Rainey, or whoever's taking minutes, and it gets our job done. Like, we get what we need done. I don't see the purpose of having our faces on a video of recording our meetings, especially when our faces are out there all the time. So that was my argument. But Marcus, maybe you can give us some extra information about that.
Was she asking this one?
Go ahead, Hector.
Okay. I suggest that we can work on that recorder, or just reenact or redo the Golden Eagle newsletter that we have, and promoting our group publicity, because the truth is, although video, people are going to slander us, we can have our own publicity when it comes to that newsletter as much as possible, and we can have our own volunteers coordinating, if it's possible. I mean, if Marcus would like to add on to that.
My response to that is during our retreat, I believe it's William's position. One of the commissioners has a position in which it's called the Eagle Eye Newsletter, and if you guys show up into the list. And I mentioned that, you know, we can bring that back to life, and, you know, discussion was said from whoever, but the point is that it was going to be done as a holistic, ASI as a group is going to provide this newsletter, and haven't seen it. So definitely William and I can get back to working on that, like we initially had proposed upon his appointment, and make that happen. That's not a problem. If the cost is an issue, we can do it online, so that way there's no printing fees, so on and so forth. Marcus and I have talked about this, and Tim and I have talked about this. It's not something new. It's just, if you guys want to do this, let's push it forward. But go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah, definitely. The challenges that you have all felt, I'm excited to hear that there could be a reignition of what the Eagle Eye newsletter could be. PR is definitely something that we should consider in this organization, a learning opportunity too, to engage others. Also remember too that William's position is as expansive as possible right now. If he was to take it to the full limit, he has opportunities to take on volunteers to help him with the newsletter.
3.
Right, 3 volunteers. We've also worked it too so that we have the ability to work with students in independent study capacity and as part of their course load as well. So I've offered those presentations in the past too, and so we can re-look at those and to encourage people to be part of ASI. As far as the clerical recording thing, I'd really like to push you all in the direction of re-looking at what was submitted as far as those recording devices within the room. I think think our goal would simply be if students are to go back into the minutes or even us clerically to work on it, we want to have a high quality situation. Having a camera in the room at one position or moving around is never really going to be able to capture everyone and their voice, and including when we do the phone calls too. So what I had proposed was having these pods. Now these pods are going to become necessary. Every year, aside from this year, we've had, well, in the past few years, had CSSA come on board. During those times, it's been an extensive miking process for everybody. Now those conference type scenarios do occur here within the union on a more regular basis in the past 3 years.
Right.
So I've talked to John Ortiz about it too. It'd be in all of our interests to maybe to talk about collaborating with them on maybe incurring that cost and having all of these audio pods. And two, if there, yeah, shared costs. And then two, if there was a camera or if somebody wanted to record, we could easily plug them in so that they have optimal audio scenarios going directly into the input of their cameras. So I think everyone that wants to record wins, ASI wins as far as clerically, and the union too, if they could house that material and use it as well. I think we should really go in that direction of making sure the students, that we have archives and we have optimal performance when it comes to audio recording here.
Right, so that way there's no question later on, well, you said this. Well, no, that's not what my quote sounded like. And the only reason I brought it up is because other board members expressed the same concerns.
Yes.
Like, it's not just me, so. Michael?
I agree with what Mama said earlier about, in my own opinion about this, in a crucial time like this, in a time that where student needs a lot of support, a lot of advocacy, is not, I don't think it's a great time for any ASI to be put more down than it's supposed to be. We need to, our name need to be out there and need to be a supporting voice, to be the motivation voice of students, so that way students can be motivated. And for many of us who went to Long Beach during the summer, we already know that they have mic, they have a recording device. And I'm not talking about UAS, I'm talking about USU in this case. We have sound, USU also has sound recorder that tape it, and I agree with the tape recorder actually, not the audio, because I don't want to be my face, like, you know, sometimes you have a bad hair day, people will laugh at you. Don't want that to happen, because we're here to promote professional. We are here as a professional student government who fights for what we believe, and we're here to motivate everyone around us to fight for what student would like.
Yes, Michael.
Okay, first of all, I agree with Marcus, but in the meanwhile, can we add a stipulation or a release form stating that it will be used against ASI or slander ASI? And I'm stating this because I know that I'm in the front page of like this university catalog and stuff, but they made me sign a contract saying that my picture is not going to be used against me or used in any malicious way. And is there any form that we could replicate or do stuff like that so that any videos taken by the public can't be used against ASI? Can ASI do something about that?
No, not in this case. I mean, that's, they're asking your permission to use your picture and your likeness, and you're agreeing to it. You guys are public officials who've been elected. You can't control it.
And,
Sure.
yeah, go ahead.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Sure.
But as public officials, can't we do something about it?
Chair.
Just a list. Shroff and then Brandon.
I mean, regarding the recording of the BLD, I mean, I don't mind people recording us, like, but I would leave that up to, like, the UT and KBLA. Like, all our meetings are already public, so I just don't see the purpose of investing any money into it. I mean, as we can see, like, we don't get that many students into the gallery, and I mean, I just don't see the purpose of it. I don't see any student like taking time out of their day and watching like our BLD at home or anything. So I wouldn't recommend investing money in this and building an archive of meetings. I just don't think anybody would go back and be looking at them. So I just see it, I mean, like he is, like I would recommend people just recording us on their own, but I don't see the purpose of us taking out money and investing in it.